Hey guys, Bada Bing here, thanks for joining me. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, sit back and relax. For today, we'll be checking out the Tokyo Marui USP 9 full-size gas blowback pistol. Oh yes, TM have finally released the highly anticipated HK handgun. I was beginning to think it wasn't coming out at all. I pre-ordered this back in October 2017 through Impulse 101. Those guys are my go-to retailer for the hottest in Japanese releases. If you've got a taste for the good old Japanese manufactured airsoft guns, check them out, links in the description. This only took 3 or 4 days to reach my door, so I was astonished by the delivery speed. The TM USP comes in this box, which is a bit modest compared to the other releases. Usually we get fancy graphics and illustrations, but here it has a very simplistic approach to the packaging. Removing the lid, we continue to find a minimalistic presentation of the new USP. It's subtle but remains elegant, allowing the pistol's gorgeous attention to detail to do all the talking. What we get with the USP, on top of the usual barrel plug, small packet of BBs, cleaning rod, dry fire insert and magazine, is a 20mm rail adapter. This obviously is made of that awful ABS plastic, but it does feature 4 slots, which makes it more versatile than the regular single-slotted adapters that are widely available. Following the same theme as TM's other guns, the manual is located within the lid. Now, how about that USP? Yeah, she's a beauty. The overall finish of the pistol is exceptional. Everything from the trademarks, proof markings, grip texturing, grip checkering, and those classic 1990s lines are well done. The slide has a kind of speckled metallic finish that sets it off nicely. TM have continued to refine their finishing by making the ejector a separate piece and not part of the slide molding. Have TM finally decided to upgrade their lower frames with a more realistic nylon fiber polymer? No, they have not. This is somewhat disappointing, but I should say that it still feels like a good chunk of plastic with the right amount of rough texturing, ensuring a strong, non-slip grip. I mentioned on my Facebook unboxing that it's smaller sized than what I was expecting. I'm used to the KSC USP 45s and those are slightly larger than the USP 9. Of course it is going to be by the caliber they're trying to replicate, so yeah. Compared to my old beaten up KSC USP, this USP 9 has a shorter grip, so guys with bare paws might find this difficult to get a decent grip. I take a medium glove and I'm almost on the verge of riding over the base plate. The controls of the USP 9 are very positive. The safety has a great engagement lock and smooth when swept downward to decock. The slide lock and release is reinforced. Inside there is a thick metal arm that is controlled by the slide catch. This bites onto part of the metal blowback unit when it engages after the last shot. This ensures durable longevity. The build quality of this pistol is also excellent. All the parts are fitted together perfectly, without any rattling, and the outer barrel is locked firmly within the slide when it's closed. The USP features ambidextrous magazine release. The mag drops freely when activated, something my TM Glock 34 does not do. Even though the magazine does slide out effortlessly, when locked into the pistol it's held in tight and doesn't move at all. The magazine itself is nicely finished and can squeeze in 25 BBs. Excellent capacity for a slightly stubby mag. Their HK45 mag is a bit longer than USP, but only managing to take on 1 more round. But as that's replicating a 10 round capacity, it does have a slimmer profile than USP's thicker shell. The irons are the standard 3-dot style you will find with the real USP. They're nothing special, but they work. The design of the USP features a HK proprietary rail. Forward thinking back in the day, but only very specific accessories are compatible. The industry standard 20mm rail wasn't around at the time of the USP's inception. Well, it probably was, but it was yet to gather momentum to be included on pistols from within that era. Adapters have been created to allow the platform to change with the times. TM have included this one, and it's actually quite low profile compared to some that are available. When it's locked onto the frame, it locks up well. You'd have no problems here if you were to attach a laser to the USP and set to 0. The hop-up adjustment is situated just to the left of the hop-up chamber. Lock the slide back, and to increase the hop, turn the wheel downwards. Despite my best efforts, the chrono was being an absolute pain while trying to get an FPS reading. I hate this thing. The only score I could record was 292, using .2 G&G Perfect BBs and propane, so just like every other stock TM pistol I guess, but it's good enough for me. Testing the accuracy at 20 meters using Airsoft Surgeon 3s proved to be quite excellent for a pistol. This isn't even my best score with this gun. After blasting holes through a few sheets of paper, I made this happen, so for me, the accuracy is satisfactory. Shooting the USP is a lovely experience. The slide cycles fast and with a report that's crisp and loud. As I use propane with every gas gun I own, the blowback on the USP is quite strong, and the slide tracks back with an ever so slight flick upwards, much like the TM HK45, but on the HK45 the degree of muzzle flip is just a touch more. I know, I'm discussing the recoil impulse of a freaking toy gun, but some of you might like to know this. Anyway, this pistol was very comfortable firing off all 25 shots in a row, without any signs of slowing down due to cooldown. That's one of the best things about plastic slides. As they're so lightweight, you get a lot of miles per gallon, and from BB1 to 25, it's super fast. Yeah, it's not realistic, but you're not going to notice what your pistol looks and feels like when you're in-game slaying bodies like John Wick. That's what this pistol makes you feel like. Delivering snappy, efficient shots, you can almost mistake its performance for a purpose-built race gun. I love single-action, double-action hammer-fired pistols. I don't have to put a whole lot of effort to squeeze off those rapid-fire shots due to the reduced length of pull in single-action mode. Double-action mode, the take-up is long but smooth, and releases the shot in the predictable way that double-actions do. Single action, you get a short light take up to the wall, and the wall kind of has a flat edge to walk over. But having said that, it is clean, and so easy to rattle off those shots. The reset is audible, but you can't feel it tick over as you release. Using 2.5s, I was firing the BBs out to 50 meters, so it can definitely reach out there right from the box. One caveat to this particular pistol is mainly holster related. Sure, you can find one to fit the USP without a light installed, but if you're like me and want a light source on your pistol, the choices for the USP are slim. In the past I've used a Fobus light-bearing holster designed for the USP, and while it works, the draw and retention it had was terrible. Recently I purchased this Blackhawk Omnivore, which is touted to swallow up to 150 different Surefire X300 equipped pistols. Even though the compatibility list does not feature the HK USP in either 9mm or 45, it does however eat this TM USP 9, fitted with its rail adapter and X300, but with a tight fit. No good for you shot timer aficionados out there, but for storage, it works. I might smooth off the insides to improve the draw. It's no surprise to those of you that are watching, I'm totally smitten with this pistol. I've always loved the HK USP, and I'm delighted that TM have finally produced one. Here's a breakdown of the pros. The USP has a good overall finish, with excellent trades. It's solidly constructed, with a good out-of-the-box accuracy. The plastic slide offers you wonderfully crisp and fast shots. The magazine features a decent 25 round capacity. It's easy to access and adjust hop-up without the removal of the slide is also a big plus. The inner barrel and hop-up bucking is something you can upgrade if you wish, and the included 20mm rail allows you to install your light and laser accessories right from the start, compared to other brand USPs where it's sold separately. It's another feature that makes this pistol more attractive to users looking for a HK handgun. The downsides to this pistol, looking at it from both sides, first on the list is its recommended fuel. 134A, 144A or duster gas is what the manufacturer recommends you use, and anyone using a higher pressure gas is doing so at his or her risk. Also the limited light-bearing holster support. Let's not forget the plastic slide. Realism is something users prefer to have, and this USP lacks a metal slide, so this would be an immediate turn-off for some people. Original spare parts can also be annoying to source, and lastly, at the time of making, its lack of aftermarket upgrades. Seeing as it's only been available for a few weeks, upgrades have yet to be produced. Rest assured, when they do come along, and they will, we will have access to a host of shiny things to adorn the USP9, metal slides being at the top of people's wish list. Coming back onto the gas subject, let it be known that I've always used green gas or propane in my TM guns, and I have yet to report any issues. Just kidding, that was my old KSC USP. To be honest, every single pistol that TM roll out are basically the same. You get the exact same performance if you were to pick up their M9 or Glock 17, Glock 34, HK45, 1911 and M&P9. From model to model, you get the same consistency, both in performance and engineering. One thing I do ask for in a pistol is its ability to perform on its own, as an offensive platform, rather than a just in case or I keep this for close encounters sidearm. In the past I went from using TM pistols to KSC and KWA metal slide handguns, and while they delivered reasonable performance, they weren't as effective in the cold. After a long hiatus, exploring different brand pistols, I landed back where I started, with a TM pistol. I guess I could have just saved a ton of cash and just stayed where I was, but I guess that way you can't build the first-hand experience. So the Tokyo Marui USP9 gas blowback pistol is a fun time. I've enjoyed blasting away with it making this video, and as TM released the tactical version of their HK45, I really wish they'd make the USP tactical. That would be fantastic. Of course, while I'm wishing for things, I'd love for them to produce a gas blowback Mark 23. If they do this, I'd buy one, and I'd buy 10 magazines as well, just for the hell of it. Thanks for watching the video, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, show me by hitting the like, and for those of you that are new to the channel, why not subscribe and keep up to date with my latest videos. As usual, any comments or questions, you can leave them down below. For regular updates, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/badabingpictures. I'm on Instagram as well at badabingpictures, so you can follow me on there too. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in a bit.